Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to more Grandia 1. In the last session, we went into the ruins and found out that Fida was going to get forcibly married. Those plots actually did not happen in that order, mind you. I'm kind of talking about
No,
two
it
different
didn't.
plot points. I'm
It's
talking
a
about the
lot of
ending plot point.
writing.
The point is, we saw Liete again. She said, yo, go west or something. I'm like, yo, bro, we going hip hop
We
and skibbity
reached.
bop. And then we like, yes. And then I'm like, okay. And then we're going here. And then we found a summoner boy. And now we're here.
The title for the session must resist urge to make connection to old cartoons subtly hiding adult innuendos.
That's right. Every single thing is going to be called a title for each session because it sounds better rather than just being ultra lame. Anyways, we got to get a weed and give the kid a weed so he can be able to feel
Weed?
better. Yeah, we're giving him weed. Hey, man. Grandia, man. They don't care.
Hey, Cyber. Hey, Slapko.
Yo, what is the ups? We hope you guys are looking forward to...
You can find them, no problem.
Nah, man, we
You need
need that.
people with vapes to know and hear.
We need specific weed. We need that good Final Fantasy V dragon weed.
Why was Sephiroth trending, by the way, since you're mentioning Final Fantasy?
I don't know. Maybe he's finally lost it. Maybe he's found his mother. I'm so happy for him. He found his mother, guys.
Maybe he just Actually, now that I think about it, isn't it like the anniversary where he was introduced to Smash last year?
I thought he was
Or was that a
introduced.
couple days ago?
I thought he was introduced in a award ceremony.
Well, wasn't he introduced in last November?
Yeah, but he was introduced in an award. What was the award ceremony?
Like November last year?
Yeah, was it this November? I guess so. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, when did he come to Smash?
I don't know. Why don't you move around and scurry around the internet and find out?
Trying to with a burnt finger.
Well, whose fault is that? That's right, you, because you didn't
Well,
check.
my mom left the spoon on the stove.
Well, who's the fault blame for that? That's right, you, because you decided to be all touchy.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just grabbed it.
Well, that's what you get
Hey,
for grabbing.
Blaze.
Yo, what is the ups? She's grabbing
Yeah.
things, but she shouldn't be, because she's illegal.
It was
Also-
an accident.
It was indeed not accident. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It was an accident.
No, accidents are things that are by mistakes.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what they call little accidents. I call little problems.
Oh, well, never mind. He wasn't released till December 10th of last year.
I told you,
Never mind.
that's what I said. Like, when was the
I
award?
knew it was in the
award,
winter.
Yeah, and I knew it was the award thing, and the award always happens in December. I was gonna say, it's like, maybe he's just trending for lulz. I mean, I saw a Mario Kart picture, which kind of don't correlate to anything.
Also, TV Guide leaked Scott's surprise. Uh-oh. Also, speaking of Mario Kart, guess what? Our game that we so love is the #1 selling game that beat Mario Kart Wii for sales.
Now we're never gonna get ourselves another Mario Kart game.
Someone pointed out the boxing say me, and they said there is no Mario Kart 9 in boxing say.
Clearly, because it's like don't even friggin' exist. Just like there's no tie in Mario Party Superstar. Ugh. Inconsistent video game.
I mean, there was one with that
No,
picture.
no. There is no Mario Kart in boxing set. Nor there's a tie in Mario Party
Or
Superstar.
a draw. Yeah.
Oh my god, stop hitting her, please. She can't take hits. She's a little girl with little girl dreams.
Yeah, Network his show is coming. She got leaked by TV Guide. Oh no! Tell them to wait 3 more years.
You okay?
Wait, did she get hit? Nah, she...
Boxing say. I think that's what this is from Avatar. It's not even bong, it's boxing.
boxing say.
Yeah. Oh, okay, he knows.
Yeah, of course. Why would I not?
Oh, flame burn him!
Just in the contest of what Nick is looking for.
I mean, it sucks that people. I mean, who looks at TV guides? Like,
I do.
oh well, never mind. Why you gotta be one of those people that look at things as weed?
So I know what's coming up soon.
Why? You just
So I can record it.
Be in the moment. Figure it out yourself.
No, my sister does that. She records like old classic Nickelodeon shows.
Why can't you just be in the moment? That's what most people
Oh.
do. Also, you got a channel guide anyways. Well, it's kind of redundant. Just saying.
And you could look ahead what's playing soon.
But why would you want to? The show already says, "Hey, this show's coming on this." Yeah.
You spoil the surprise then if you see it now. I mean, I'm talking about. Well, I don't actually look on the TV guide like online. I just look at the TV provider that I have.
I also don't think she watched Scott the Woz anyway. So
I don't watch Scott. No offense to the guy, but I heard he's cool, but I don't watch his stuff.
now some call me Johnny Show. Now that
I
get
don't
not
watch him
behind.
either.
I don't care about what you don't watch. I'm talking about myself. Damn, I don't give a damn.
Full flame burn.
Jeez. It's like I don't care.
So I don't want to know the TV guide leak.
Feel the
For you?
I mean, not really. I mean, if you want to, just go ahead. It's not gonna really have much of an impact on me. What's it called? Scott says.
I mean, you could probably tell the title at least, if there was a title. G4 channel.
Oh wait,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
we knew,
kinda
yeah,
obvious.
we knew that.
That's kind of obvious. Kind of figured. Yay, G4 for gamers.
Gamers. It's gonna be for real gamers and not for them fake gamers.
He will be the first show on the network. Hey, first spot for him.
Hey.
Schmoffer's like, I watch Kopika. Hey.
Why?
Oh, flame burn 'em.
I mean, why are you asking why?
We don't have any fancy shows or TV programs yet.
No.
Don't worry.
But
we'll
he
get
is
this
joined with the reboot of American Ninja Warrior. But it's not the Japanese version, is it? It's American Ninja Warrior.
There she
Sorry,
goes
I'm
again. There
Sorry,
she
I'm very
goes.
sorry. I'm very biased. I like when the old G4 was around back in the day. It was the Japanese version, and I love the Japanese commentator because they sound so excited. You guys are spelling my name right, by the way. Sheesh.
I'm very anally annoyed by this.
Look, I'm in a moody mood right now.
Yeah, she's kind of going through a burning finger, so you guys got to be mindful.
My button mashing finger is burned.
Okay, she's gonna be loud, so you guys have fun talking to her. I ain't deal with that.
So that's fun. Now I have toothpaste on my button mashing finger.
Enjoy this.
So Mario Party button mashing. Yeah. Or who knows? Maybe I would just go through it and still use it anyways.
That's very dumb if you do that, and if you injure yourself even further, it's your own fault.
I'll use my middle finger then, because I can't use my thumb.
I don't know how you're gonna use your middle finger. Things gonna get broken in the process, but do what you want.
No, I had done my middle finger before.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
'Cause I can't use my left one because I'm not dominant with my left.
Whose fault is that?
I mean, it could be better, Blast, but I'm doing okay. Could be better.
She's not. She's very mad.
I am angry.
What a cinch.
Because I'll get my butt kicked in button mashing games.
So I saw like that Mighty Keith post.
Which one?
The one with the turn-based RPG. So we're gonna
Yeah.
have this. We're gonna open this can of worm conversation again. So
That's funny,
apparently
this
a
is
lot
something
of
to talk about.
yeah. So apparently most people's thought process is that people don't really like the whole waiting or thinking sort of deal. They kind of just want to have like they kind of obviously want to balance and whatnot. I don't know. Like I guess it's just.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
I don't know, like, I don't mind turn-based RPGs. Like, I get where they're coming from with the whole fact that you have to, like, nothing happens. You gotta do, like, the waiting and attacking thing. But, I don't know, isn't that kind of the basis around thing? Like, I don't mind. I still say, to me, I feel that the balance in action/turn-based, for the most part, might be Final Fantasy VII Remake, kinda. It has...
Turn-based or...
It has a little bit of a mixture of both without it alienating the turn-based crowd for the most part. Even though it focuses more on action than it focuses on the turn.
I was gonna say, like, it looks more action than turn to me.
I don't know. I guess people just prefer the action RPG sort of element thing.
I mean, there was different, but me personally, like, I like to take my time and at least think of what my next move will be. Kind of like a game of checkers or chess. You know, you can think of what your next move will be, instead of just, like, in the moment and you're in panic mode. I'm like, oh shoot, what do I do? Yeah, and when you're trying to think, and then it's kind of too late. Like, I'm a slow thinker when it comes to things, and I actually, like, really, you know... And it's kind of fun to strategize what happened next.
Oh, flame burner!
Even though most video games with turn-based RPGs, you can basically just manipulate the AI.
I mean, that's the fun of it, too. Like, you can actually think of if you're gonna actually trick the AI to do something. And not only that, I mean, I grew up with turn-based, so when I do action, like, of course, the only one that I played really was Tales of Vesperia. That was a whole different game for me. I'm like, okay, there's a lot going on, you know, I can't really think what to do. I actually had to go in there and just do something and hope to best that I don't die.
I guess people just basically just prefer the whole fast-paced sort of deal where you're able to think on the fly rather than just waiting for your opponent to do something. Kind of like how people kind of appreciate how Kingdom Hearts does it, where it's like, oh, you know, you gotta think on what you want to do for this boss fight and how you're supposed to defeat them quickly, sort of deal. Like it's like in two different mindsets. On one end, it's like you're asking for people to think very quickly, or you're asking for people to think in a slow manner. Really either or. Because I know Final Fantasy 15 has a bit of both, where it's action and has that weight system, which is kind of like a turn-based thing, but not really. So there's that. And I don't know. I guess it also really depends on the turn-based too, because there could be some turn-based that are just flat out just dull.
Honestly, I don't know. Unless there's a combo system, I don't see the point in action RPGs.
That's why people like Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. Because you can showcase badass things.
I mean, one thing though, with like either action or turn-based, but I mean mostly turn-based, is that, you know, you can come up with, you know, different strategies or equipment that can, you know, affect the battle really for yourself and your opponent. I just want to know, I mean, huh?
Come on, turn-based, right?
Yeah, turn-based, really.
You can get that also with action as well, because most of your...
Well, I mean, at the beginning, I was saying either turn-based or action. I'm not that's why I didn't know too much of action does it too. But I mean, I guess it depends on the equipment for both. But yeah, like depending what equipment you have, like at least for both RPGs, you know, it can turn the battle around, and it's actually kind of fun to experiment. You know, what kind of equipment you have.
I always also feel that people who kind of, this is just me who kind of thinks this, is that I also feel that people who kind of finds turn-based a little bit boring is mainly because they don't really try to make it a little bit interesting for themselves. And they kind of, like, I get it. There are, you know, like, for instance, this game is one-noted. You have your set characters. Like, you can make it harder for yourself by not using spells and whatnot, but what's the fun of that? But when it comes to like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or, you know, games with multiple characters in it, I usually always feel that if you want to have a much better experience and not, you know, dull experience, you're better off trying to just mix and match team compositions to make it a little bit interesting for yourself. Because if you stick to one team, you're just gonna get one team. Don't go for the optimal team. Try to go for a different team, because you never know. Maybe that team will actually be completely different from the one that everyone else is using. So you never know.
Or, you know, they can still suck.
I mean, yeah, that's Final Fantasy V in a nutshell. I hate it. I mean, Final Fantasy V is just significantly, like, Final Fantasy V is a turn-based RPG, but it has a job system where most of the bosses will kick your ass if you end up using the same strategy, and trust me, they will literally hurt you and you will cry. There is one method that breaks the entirety of the game, but you need to get that blue magic, Death Claw, to be able to make it easier for yourself. But if you try to play the game the regular way, it's gonna be a very doozy of a game, and it is really cool and really super cool and fun.
Not saying I don't like action RPGs, but I'm not a fan of button mashing. I don't mind button mashing, but I'm more of a turn-based person. That's how you flip it.
I mean, you're not really button mashing, I would say. Like that's like the stigma that Kingdom Hearts 2 had when it first was released, where most people say that, oh, all you do in Kingdom Hearts 2 is just mash the triangle button, which is not true.
No, I'm not just a triangle button. I'm like,
hit,
come on.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
the
thing is, you can also understand the same thing that action RPGs also has this issue too, where if you're first playing it, you're gonna auto assume that you're just pressing the same buttons constantly, but you have to. The game rewards you for doing different things. If you the player specifically is going to you are the one that is going to make it repetitive for yourself with the button mashing, because you're just constantly just doing the same thing. Yes, it works, but if you're fighting, like, say if you're playing like Kingdom Hearts 2, for instance, yeah, most of the time X buttons will basically win you the fight. But if you fight in the super boss is gonna say otherwise, because they're not gonna care for your mashing X button nonsense, because then you have to try to figure out other things like blocking, using combo modifiers, trying to figure out what the hell the enemy is gonna do next, sort of deal. Like, you gotta do different things, and that's kind of what the appeal of action RPGs. Turn-based RPGs has this too, where, you have different team compositions where, one team works for another, and you might find a certain move, like in Pokemon, for instance. Most people didn't really use status effects. They didn't know status effects were pretty
Nope,
key.
I sure didn't.
People auto-assume that status effects sucks. Who the hell wants to use poison powder? Toxic? Nah, toxic sucks. It doesn't do any damage. I want some damage.
Paralysis,
And then you realize that, having teams that is catered to putting toxic towards your to actual players, mind you, it's a little bit different, because you find in that toxic allows the opponent's HP to be drained and all that other stuff. It's like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. It's like, why didn't I use this in the main game? Because spoilers, the main game doesn't allow you to do that, because the main game is piss easy.
Earthquake, Hyper Beam, Elemental Type, and HM. Also, Flip, I see what you posted in general. It's like a Smash mod, and it looked kind of cool. The usual 6 to 9-year-old moveset.
Alright, we won!
Also, your starter has the highest level. Yep. So
Oh,
I can read this. So I must say, when Fina says her chant for Burn Flame, why does she make it sound, like she's trying to get the enemy to be attracted to her?
I mean, wait till Disc 2, where the line actually saying burn brightly, oh flame, so. I mean, you can actually check in the Wikipedia of Grandia, where they do have the quotes of what they say for each and every single spell.
And then you get random stuff, Pokemon's from the Elite Four.
But no, it's a little bit of a conversation. It's usually that's usually always like the debate for RPGs, where it's like, oh, do you like turn-based or do you like action-based? It's like, sometimes you can like both.
There's nothing wrong with both. It's just,
Yeah,
I prefer one over the other.
Yep, some have a preference over the other.
I just like to take my time and not be so stressed out.
I like
I'd
to
rather think.
I should also say it really also depends on the action RPG, because just because it's an action RPG doesn't mean I'll instantly like it. If it's like meh, then I wouldn't like it.
Okay, yay! Speech is done. Anxiety flies away. How did it go?
You said, how the hell did it go?
No, okay, sure. How the hell did it go? Sorry, I'm very angry today.
Yeah, she really is. So be warned. She's like super duper mad for no reason.
No, because my finger is.
Yeah, my binky, not my binky.
No. Oh, ew, no.
My binky.
My finger.
My binky. My binky hurts.
I burnt my button mashing finger.
My binky.
Shush. It went well. I messed up one word. Hey, that's better.
Hey,
that's better than a lot.
That's better than 50. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's still good.
Reviewers in a nutshell. It's like, hey, yo, my name is. Oh,
no,
yeah,
like people will complain how you pronounce a character's name.
I'm not looking forward to pronouncing the races in Final Fantasy 14. I'm just saying that now. I don't know. I do not know. I only know how to pronounce Araz, Lalafell, Rogadin, Elzin, and Vieira. Mainly because
don't they say it at 14?
bro, they don't say it. They don't say the human name, so I don't know what that one is, unfortunately. I know the others, but I don't know the others. I'm sorry, do we need to find like more freaking herbs for this kid? My
We need to
lord,
find more
bro.
weed.
Yeah, we gotta find more weed for the kid. He can't handle that weed, man. He needs that strong, good kush weed.
Yes.
What? I don't see you saying anything.
I don't know what's going on. Yes, I'm just gathering weed for the kid.
Basically, this kid is injured. We need to heal him with weed. Fina tells us to go into the back of her herb mountain garden for some reason. Don't know why that ass. Don't even bother even telling me why the hell is this in the back of her garden. I don't really fucking know. It's just here. But we're here to be able to save the kid. Once we save him, he'll give us a fruit that will allow us to understand his language. Unfortunately, that fruit is stank and it tastes like poop. So.
Well, at least you'll understand him.
Yep, that's all that matters. That we will understand him.
Do you want to understand him or not?
Not really, because he's the reason why a lot of nonsense ends up happening later on. How the hell are you still alive? Die! What the hell was that all about? That was a weird enemy. That's how weird it was. It had legs.
I mean, everything must have legs, right? Nah, not everything has legs.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure, like... Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't think of a life suit to Sue, because Sue's not gonna be here, because she's useless. Yeah.
She's useless. She's a 6-year-old.
She's 5.
5? I mean, I thought she was 6.
5. She de-ages as the game goes on.
She de-ages. We'll see. My favorite words.
What? Yeah. I love Will C. My favorite imaginary friend. You guys met my friend Will C? Will C is like the best person ever because, you know, they definitely would just Will C.
I keep bringing up Will C.
Yep. She keep bringing up Will C.
This'll teach you.
Funny enough, Fina's the only character that actually gets a different line for fire attacks.
I thought you were gonna say burn throat. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
what?
she's the only one that gets a different line for burn throat.
Nice burn from playing Animal Crossing all day.
We'll
yeah, because the new update.
We'll turn the graphics down then. What?
Brightness.
Yeah, turn the brightness down, bro.
So it's gonna turn down the graphics. It's gonna be what? 64 bits?
Yeah, Animal Crossing N64. Hey, at least you'll revert back to where the animals actually hate you.
So do you want to get Brewster?
Yeah, I want to get Brewster. But
well,
you gotta find him. I heard you gotta find him. I saw in Jack's post. You gotta find him on an island for some reason.
Yep.
Why?
And then it takes a day for him to come, I believe. So you better get to it.
They always gotta make it so hard for me to get a stupid ass coffee bird.
And then Captain is there, where he sails you to Harv's. Is it Harv's Island? I don't know. It's not Harv's Island, but No, Captain takes you to go to an island to find Brewster. If you go to Harv's Island, there's like little gyros. You pay them a lot of money just to have the. For example, you can have that fox that sells art there. So that's the first thing I went for because I'm trying to click all the artworks.
I'm sorry, I could have sworn that fox had a name. You say everyone else's name, but you don't care about the fox. I see. Because he sells you counterfeited artwork, you're like,
no, I make sure they're the real one.
Yeah. You don't care about Red. Just admit it.
I mean, he's a con artist.
Yeah, you don't care about him though. Just admit
he's
it.
a con artist.
I don't
he's
care.
Trying to get money for fake art.
Who cares? He needs food too.
I do. I want the real thing.
Well, then stop buying fake merchandise from people. Jeez.
I forgot that in the original X64 and GameCube version, the villagers are actually jerks towards you. Yeah, because they have personality.
Yeah. And if anybody argues and saying that the Horizon New Horizon have personality, y'all
They're
lying to
samey.
yourselves.
They're samey.
They are samey, man.
Feel the Earth's fury.
Me just play Mario Party Superstars while listening to the stream. Yeah, I see that you got Mario Party Superstars. Enjoy yourself, Lefko. It's really fun. But of course you're gonna enjoy yourself.
No, don't enjoy yourself. I'm like, what?
And also there's another thing, Animal Crossing, like, you know, when you're a house, you can randomly get a visitor that comes to your house.
Which is something that was in the original one as well.
Which is nice.
I don't know why that's an update though. I don't like that's an update. It's like, what? Is that the final update for Animal Crossing?
I want to say it is, aside from the DLC. The DLC is its own thing, but yeah. Since they're starting, well, quote-unquote starting Jujutsu Kaisen, avoid Twitter now, major spoilers are trending. That's fine. I
barely see anything of that, though.
I did see it on the trending, but I obviously didn't click on it. I just saw it there, and I'm like, oh, it's trending. Don't click.
I only saw Sephiroth trending. Is he in Jujutsu Kaisen? Is that why you don't want me to look? Because he's in the show? Please tell me he's in the show. I would like to see Sephiroth.
Remember when Cranky Villager... Except for the yes, he died.
Not bad, eh?
Yes.
That's why he is trending.
I'm so glad that Sephiroth died. So proud of him.
Finally, Cloud can rest in peace.
For now, until he comes... Well, I mean, to be fair, he dies in Final Fantasy VII, and he comes back and having children, and then he dies again.
And then he comes back for Smash.
Yep.
Whenever Cranky Villagers actually used to be cranky, now they're just old people. Oh, but I had a Cranky Villager, and he was an old wolf, and I liked him. But he moved out of my island, because I'm like, well, I got your photo, so you can move away now.
I got your soul. You can go away now. I don't care about you.
That's basically what it is. I just, you know, replace villagers so I can have their picture. Except for some of my favorites. I still have my favorites in my island. My favorite is Aurora. She's a penguin.
I like this one, you penguin. I got Anka for reasons. Also
and I gave you Bob.
Yeah, she gave me Bob, my spirit animal. Also didn't know that I didn't know that Anka was rare in the game. I thought she was just a regular Egyptian cat.
It's funny too because my first visitor was Julian, and he's quote unquote the rare ones. And I still have him on my island. But what you had done of going Will was added as a boss in Smash. I mean, I was gonna say character, but what boss? I'm like, I don't know.
Nothing, because you just played just like a typical Smash boss.
Set classic mode on easy. That way you can defeat it easily.
No, you just equip Fenrir and slap him in the head a bunch of times with negative combo. And that's why KH3 is a better game with super bosses, because you can't do that in that game. I mean, even though I've seen videos where they kind of juggle the crap out of the super bosses in the game in 3, so I don't really know anymore.
Spark says he has Anka, Audie, and Raymond as the rare villagers. Nice. I did have I forgot what her name is, but I had that rainbow-looking bear visit my island, but she wanted to trade with one of my favorites, and I'm like, nope, can't have that.
Be right back.
But that's fine. In my island currently, I have Aurora, Julian, Sprocket, Chrissy, Hopkins, Nana, Diana, Alfonso, and Pico. Those are in my island right now. I used to have Tangy, but but she moved away. She was actually one of my first villagers when I first played Animal Crossing. I think Audie's actually supposed to be a fox, but because there are no fox villagers, they just made her a wolf instead. Well, why can't there be foxes? Foxes are cute. The only fox there is Red, and he's a con artist. Hey. Oh, well then.
Now I'm back.
Well, hey. Well, I heard you, so yeah.
But they didn't hear me.
Oh, so he's gone.
Nah, he's just having a Naruto moment. It's one of the filler arcs where that one kid that played that one song on a whistle, which was the sad ass music, so I don't know what that all about.
That's a weird looking turtle over there.
Vibing.
He's just vibing. No, as the lawyer calls him, he's a legitimate art dealer. Oh yeah, that's right, you had the little gyroids in Animal Cross. I forgot about those. Okay, we cannot understand you.
Nut.
Nut. It's not a fruit, it's a nut.
But before we eat nut, we're about to literally get arrested.
Well, shoot.
It's the 3 Wonder Twins.
That apparently are 14, even though they don't look like 14.
No, it's anime trope. They're 14 in age, just like Curl and Mullen's like 2600.
They really don't look like 14.
You have to see what they look like in terms of their official artwork. That's why they're actually pretty small. They look
Are they?
They look teenage-ish. They don't look adult-ish.
Also, apparently the Happy Home Paradise DLC comes out in a couple hours. I don't plan on getting it.
I don't need it.
Yeah. Because I mean, I do, because we are under the family plan, but like, what's the point? I'm like, eh.
So we're getting captured by the Garland forces. Welcome to the Garland forces. This is essentially a bit of a difficult moment because we have to deal with 3 boss fights. Not back to back, luckily enough, but it's 3 boss fights with 2 sets of ads. And yeah, they will basically showcase what they do now because in the future, spoiling it right now, we will be fighting all 3 of them at the same time.
That sounds lovely.
It is not.
Oh, if you think that's all, I guess how old Lean is. Probably 14 as well.
Be careful, Cyber. You're gonna spoil yourself.
Nope, 15. Pretty close. Again, she doesn't look 15 either.
Like I said, model.
No,
Anyways,
oh.
let's welcome to jail.
Yeah. So that Nana, Louie, Raymond, Candy, Friga, Zucker, Bam, Mira, Naomi, and Grizzly. 8.
Can you take my monkey, please? I don't really want her.
Well, what's her name?
The one that came back.
Oh, Rocket?
Yeah, you can have her.
No, my island's full. That bird thing has a name and has a lore. That thing has a name? Sorry, I love that line.
Oh, it's a good thing there's a shiny lead pipe over there.
I know, right? It's obvious that we need to grab it.
Which bird are you talking about? The rock bird or the bird?
A hefty pipe. Ding ding. On the topic of young protagonists, thoughts on Serena kissing Ash at the end of X and Y anime. I imagine if Serena reappears in the anime at some point, there's probably going to be one hell of an awkward talk the 2 of them are going to have about that moment.
No,
Or they
just
forget about it.
Yeah, Ash is gonna forget.
And we just knock out the guy. Huh, so I stumbled upon beta artwork of the cast. Ooh.
Justin was actually supposed to be a girl. And Sue was supposed
Really?
to be a guy. No.
Oh.
Yo, she was gonna have an edgy phase. Neat.
Sue was gonna be blonde, then black-haired.
That's yeah.
Serena would be like, so about that kiss, Ash. Ash would be like, oh yeah, you're that Latios, right? Sure. Also, Justin was gonna be older, too.
Yeah, but then I realized that's stupid.
Oh, well done.
And they take our bite.
Yep.
Now we're tied up.
Sorry, did he just pick up something off that guy's crotch?
Again, looking at their models here, their sprites, it kind of reminds me of Golden Sun. Because she reminds me of that one character from Golden Sun, one of the villains. I forgot which one. It's the one that kicks your ass at the beginning of the game.
To think he is 15. I forgot that Ash has the same level of interest in romance that Goku does.
And Vegeta, who's the Prince of All Saiyans, actually knows what's up. Just a reminder of that. Except Goku has 2 kids, Vegeta has 1.
So dizzy. Blah, 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 blah. So, are we just gonna hang around here all day? Yes, we are. Here's your keep. I'm not gonna let you down. Hey, did it. Even Vegeta said that he has no idea how Goku and Chi-Chi are still married.
Easy, Goku earns money. And that's the reason why she's still with him. And also because Gohan and Goten are actually decent sons for the most part. Goku, however, is a very interesting husband, is what I'm gonna say.
I mean, you can't take him seriously with that face.
Who, Goku?
I mean, when he smiles.
I mean, he like that's the charm about him. His smile is very contagious. Even though he was super oblivious in Dragon Ball. Holy crap. He thought Bulma had balls. He was wondering where her balls was at. It was crazy, man. Yeah, he always kept patting everybody in their parts, and it's like, bro, stop. And they got really upset about that. It's like, dude, stop.
He thought marriage was food.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, that's very oblivious-minded, mind you.
and he's so dumb too, because the Ox King says, "You want to marry my daughter?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, I guess." It's like, what?
He just casually said, sure.
Because he didn't know what the hell it was. He was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
I like how Justin was tied up, but Fina and Sue, whom are objectively more dangerous, aren't.
Hey, don't overestimate Justin. In fact, he's actually the most powerful character in the game. Considering you play as him throughout the majority of the game, he can actually become the most powerful character because his final move does 1,000 damage in this game.
Damn.
And he's the only one that can beat the villain and stuff because
He had to beat the villain.
He's a very determined kid. But I do like his growth going from kid who's excited for adventure to, oh shit, I have to save the fucking world. This is some heavy nonsense. I mean, to be fair, it's also realistic. It's also kind of realistic though. Like, you know, he's a kid, it'd be like, oh yeah, adventure, so cool, yeah, woo. And then once you kind of get to this too,
responsibilities.
yeah, when you get to this too, you kind of get the responsibilities, and you're like, oh, okay.
That's just like Jaden from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Apparently he has no idea what the hell marriage is either.
No,
for
the dub. No, the dub.
dub
Yeah,
only.
I kind of figure it was the dub. The dub is stupid, and also don't care. Like they literally just threw the script on the ground and just laughed at people.
Listen, let's not just blame Goku here. Chi-Chi immediately wanted to marry him after he patted her. You know what?
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
What were you trying to do there?
Hold on, I'm curious about something. I want to see something real quick.
Uh-oh. Are you gonna look up a cheat?
First off, where are we?
Well, we're in a building.
Thanks.
We got captured by the enemy.
Thanks.
We escaped the cell.
Thanks.
And now we're trying to escape.
Thanks.
You're welcome. The first day was them fighting, and their engagement was after he beat her in the tourney. What?
Yeah, that's actually what happened. Like after he beat her in the
That's a
tournament.
messed up way to getting together.
Hey, it's better than how.
The first day was fighting, and their engagement was after he beat her in a tourney. Jeez.
Okay, so I should probably go to the actual place you're supposed to go to figure out that password rather than just be like, oh, yeah, look it up. But no, you find that password by finding the 3 girls, and they essentially mention the password out loud, and you're supposed
that's right.
you're supposed to remember that, and then you're supposed to go ahead and take it with you. It's not. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny enough. It's set in this game. It's not RNG, luckily enough. So.
If you think that the GX dub was bad, wait till you hear about the 5D dub. I think I heard about the 5D dub, and that sounds ugh.
5D dub didn't even end. Didn't even get to the final boss or the climax. It's like, bros, dudes.
What's funny is sometime between their marriage, Goku taught Chi-Chi Kaioken, meaning she is the first mortal human to learn the technique.
Kaioken.
And the Kaioken, okay. And the only one he never taught it to the Z fighters.
Because the Z fighters are bougie, bro. Who cares? They can figure it out themselves.
Man, the 5D is bad. Like, they had an idea, but they also had to 4-kidify it.
There was an idea.
Until 4 kids show up.
And then 4 kids Thanos showed up, and then that was it. There was an idea.
Not bad, eh?
We had an idea. Then, 4 kids Thanos showed up. And then there was an idea.
Like, 4 kids dub, like, for the most part, is bad. And it's also because their soundtrack for the dub is so bad as well. Like, it's just random noises. I'm like, what kind of soundtrack is this?
I'm sorry. Do you not like Sonic?
I mean, Kirby's no better either.
Yeah, I know. It's not no better.
That's why I like the... Like, I don't mind the dub for Kirby, but I like the Japanese soundtrack more, because it's basically just the Kirby Airby soundtrack.
I think that's the same thing for Sonic X for the most part. Mind you,
Isn't
Sonic
it
X...
like the
Sonic
Adventure
X...
soundtrack?
Well, I don't think it is fully, but all I know is that the friggin' Biohazard, they have Live and Learn playing, so whatever. That's like a A+ for me, so...
Like, all I know is that the 5D still completed the Darksider arc and then just didn't bother to finish anything else.
Yeah, they stopped at the part where the major villains showed up, which sucked because I actually, first off, I like the opening that comes with that version, and they also ruined Clear Mind. No offense. Okay, so it's kind of weird because it also really depends on the song, because Yu Yu Hakusho has this and so does Sailor Moon, but they have the English lyrics for the opening. They're fine, but when it comes to like the Ultra Instinct theme or the what is that? I think Clear Mind was in English. I don't know what it is. Sometimes the lyrics just don't mesh well when they're in English. It's bad. Like, ugh.
Like, 5Ds is objectively best watched sub due to its subject matter. They got to like half of the second arc in 5Ds and then forgot Zone was a thing. Funny enough, when Gohan invited Videl to his home and teach her to fly Chi-Chi, I found out she was loaded and tells out loud, "And you're planning to marry this girl?" Gohan spits out rice.
Like, Chi-Chi, you can't speak. You married Goku because he's strong.
Like the summoning of Shooting Star Dragon was top tier. Build-ups, the theme used, the summon. GX did something similar. They stopped after the 3rd season, so we never got to see Jaden take out the final boss or that last duel with Yugi.
Oh, never mind. I guess me doing that door, you won't really get the scene. Oh well.
Oh well.
It's just hilarity. They just talk about, oh, Carlo is so cool, he's so cool, he's so cute. And it's like, hey, so what's the password for the door? So the password for the door is actually this one. It's right, left, down, up, up. It's kind of like the Konami code, except it's bougie. Yeah, so okay, so be sure to remember. And then that's it. And then you find out the password, and then Fina ends up saying, what were you looking at? Because they're naked and half naked and stuff. It's like, you pervert. I don't like you no more.
So far, the only good dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh series at the moment is the OG one, even though the budget for the dub kind of fell off a cliff near the final season.
Hey, at least it fell off a cliff at the final season, didn't fall off a cliff like midway.
True.
Because the OG one is still, good, because, you got Dan Green as Yugi, and you got others. I don't really know the rest of the voice
I
actors.
heard that Zexo was terrible.
Damn, bro, but I like that opening, though.
Also, Goku didn't know the concept of kissing until Super.
Yeah, because he ends up, Maya, which... I don't know how I feel about a character who used to be an older person falling in love with Trunks, but whatever. It's fine that she, turns into a little girl again and then likes Trunks at that certain age, but it's still weird when people kind of tend to forget that Maya is not actually that age. She's an older woman in Dragon Ball, but whatever. Anyways, so yeah, Maya ends up kissing, helping Trunks and whatever, and then Goku ends up asking, oh, what's he kissing? It's like, what? You never kiss your wife, Kakarot? And it's like, what's that? And I'm like, ugh, you're dumb.
Zexo was fine if only because Tom Kenny was Tom Kenny who voices SpongeBob.
Hey, don't sugarcoat him. He's voicing other people besides the yellow sponge. Okay?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, he voiced Dog and Cat Dog.
Okay, stop. All right, you pointing out dumb voices that he does. He does serious voices at times. Jeez.
Sorry, I don't know.
I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna pull up his IMDb. We'll pull up him right now.
Also, and he actually cared for Zexo and vouched for them to dub the whole series and even keep the plot points of Zexo too. The same for a dub scene is more kid friendly.
Oh wow!
Tom Kenny did more for the series than normal. He also voiced Starscream and Transformers animated. Also, what's up?
No, because it's interesting, because there's a part where Yuma kind of goes little cuckoo bananas, which is actually pretty cool. And dark.
Oh.
Because usually every Yu-Gi-Oh character, he also voices the Penguin from Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He also voices the Rabbit from Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, I didn't know he voiced him. He also voiced Spyro.
And which one?
The Reignited trilogy, because Spyro and the other one is voiced by the dude who voiced Rocco.
Oh.
So yeah.
Nah.
Now we can understand little summoner boy.
Yeah.
But before we can leave, we got ourselves a fight ahead. And this fight can go two ways. It can go good or it can go bad. Hopefully it goes well and we don't have to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah. Dark Star Dimensions, from what I've seen, is as close as the dub has ever gotten to being faithful to the original. Hey.
Anyways, first fight is with... They don't show
Whoever
your
your-
names in this game.
I'm saying whoever her name is. RB dub, we don't talk about his dub or RB's wasted potential. Oh. And first fight.
Yep, against Saki and her privates.
Saki.
Yep. So obviously take out the soldiers first. Saki has a yo-yo. She's basically like that one kid from Yu Yu Hakusho who used yo-yo to beat Kuwabara. If you don't know who that is, then, well, this reference is missing.
I mean, I know Kuwabara.
Well, I'm glad you know about Kuwabara, but do you know about Kuwabara?
I mean, he comes better, I think.
You think? You don't know the reason. You don't know why.
I don't remember, but he's part of the group, so that's all I know.
It's okay, shit.
That's all I know.
Oh,
You'll know
flame
soon
burner.
enough. Wait a minute, shit.
What?
I forgot to use one of our mana eggs to be able to give Fina digging. Great. Also, when you're fighting the soldiers, you get a little bit of a joyful version of the theme.
Really?
Yeah. It's only catered to them. They're the only ones that get this version.
Here goes.
RP was terrible. It was plagued with production issues from day one. The plot legit went nowhere. And its dub was done by Nixon Studios, but with a new HVA, so it wasn't good at all. And its OST wasn't memorable at all. Both sub or dub. It legit killed Studio Clamp. Jeez, that bad, huh?
Oh, wait, I said that she used the yo-yo? My bad, she don't use no damn yo-yo. She uses
I see her using a sword.
She uses a fan. She's a Smash Brothers player. She uses that fan that breaks shields.
Jeez,
that nobody actually
items.
moves. Yeah, she's using items. I forgot. I think the green one is Ness.
She's Ness.
They should
So
also
you're
use a
saying that-
taser too.
Oh,
Here to die.
dang.
Or she can also deck you in the schnoz too.
Right in the schnoz.
So luckily enough, using digging will basically prevent her from ever killing us. Yay.
Oh, that was for V-Brain, not RP. Oh, okay. My bad.
Jesus.
My bad. Look, I don't want
No, not you. Like, she just punched her in the face. She didn't care.
Ooh, flip, I see you posted red velvet. More of that tasty red velvet cake. Yum, yum, yum. I want some red velvet.
Face slash. Come on.
For the new series of 7, haven't seen it yet.
Alright,
They still playing with the series.
and this battle should be over in the next turn. Unless you manage to just kill everybody. No, she's
Slap.
not.
Oh my
Never mind,
god, that
she's
is
not.
the fan from Smash Brothers.
She is not killing everybody. And she's gone.
Oh, man.
And she goes out with a bang.
And that's one.
From what I know, it's more grounded. It has semi-realistic approach. The is made by the guys who made Vanguard. It's 100% kid-friendly and even changed the cars to reflect that. Hey!
So love how the English version of Card Fight, one of the openings for Card Fight Vanguard was in English, and it was sung by the same people too, and they got rid of it completely because it was bad.
You know who the 4K version of Jada reminded me of personally wise? Sonic, but dumb.
But Sonic is always dumb.
Yes.
But Sonic is always dumb.
Yes. That's all I gotta say. Yes.
So the thing about this area that can be a little bit complicated is the fact that, you know, you have to fight 3 fights. Not in a row. You do have the save point, so, you know, use it to your advantage. And funny enough, the strategy I'm using now does not work in Grandia 3. Grandia 3 decides to implement something that's called the monsters get stronger while you try to attempt to get stronger approach, and you kind of have to play it a defensive game rather than, you know, spamming spells and whatnot. So I read upon it, and apparently, even if you're level 99 with the best gear, the final boss can also kill you too. And it's like, oh,
Well,
so grinding is don't matter.
What a cinch.
It's a little bit like Final Fantasy 9. I mean, Final Fantasy 8 without it being actually like Final Fantasy 8. Because in Final Fantasy 8, you can actually finish off Ultimecia in under 2 minutes. Because she does not have, she will not have the amount of health. Because every boss and monster or whatever all has a separate, has a different health bar depending on how much you level up. So I was kind of discouraged to level up in Final Fantasy VIII, funny enough. But if you so choose to level up to level 99 for a god-awful reason, you're gonna have a very long battle against Ultimecia. Ooh boy, you gonna have some very fun little doggies.
Gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, they're gonna kick your ass and you gonna cry.
The boy doesn't really stay with us very long, does he?
No, he's just a carry along. We're trying to set up. We're trying to bring him back to his village.
Ah. I mean, it would have been nice.
What?
That's a poster.
Well, I wasn't looking at the poster. I was looking at the guy who ended up finding out that we exist and then completely ignored us for like a few seconds.
No, there's a poster in that room, and it's a poster.
It's a poster?
It's a poster.
The poster?
It's a poster. That's
So
all I
he's-
gotta say.
So he's married to the poster.
It's a poster.
It's a poster.
It's a poster.
This is a poster! He's married to the poster.
It's a poster. It's a
Oh.
poster.
It's a poster?
It's a poster.
So he has a poster. I don't understand that. Misha was quoted a line before, and it doesn't make any sense. Where he says that he's married to the Muffin
Look
Man.
at-
It's like you already
Yeah.
like oh, it's a butt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a poster.
Oh, we can't even examine it. That's boring.
No, we don't need to examine it.
What? I want to hear funny commentary from our cast of characters.
This is not Delta Room where you're looking at that weird statue.
Missed opportunity.
But no, yeah, that quote, cause Gingy was like, you know the Muffin Man from Drury Lane or something like that. Well, the Muffin Man is married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
He's married to the
I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. He's married to himself.
It's like what?
It doesn't make sense when you listen to it on playback.
Yeah, it sounds like it was an error and somebody just kept it there because it's funny. I actually think that
Like-
scene was just random, to be honest.
I guess so. Why does this lady remind me of Jessie? It must be the hairstyle.
Wow, you saying all purple-haired girls with long hair all look like Jessie? Damn, bro. That's typecasted. How dare you? Anyways, this is... Shit, what's her name? I completely...
I did not even see her name.
I didn't see her name either. What's her name? First things first. This is Nana. She has...
Nana.
She's the one with the taser. She'll tase
Nana
us
or
and,
Nana.
and paralyze us to boot. So you kind of want to try to get rid of her super soldiers, which we kind of failed at because I didn't use fly away, which I should use fire away.
I shall know
I
mercy.
expect
Oh
all three
no,
of them
she
to have
used...
photo
No, never
auto.
mind. She uses the scissors, the
The
yo-yo. Which has a very annoying hitbox.
Like Ness's yo-yo.
Yes.
I shall know mercy.
Also
She
for the...
beat
Oh,
up
okay.
her.
Also, I should mention, this fight is bad for two reasons. If you're not careful, that yo-yo trick that she constantly keeps spamming, you can get stun locked, and you cannot
Oh.
get out of it. And you will see, I show you no mercy repeatedly until you're dead. So you want to be careful to not get stun locked by this boss.
She has a taser, and when you jump in, he may want to get hit with it. Oh no.
No, that's the green hair girl. The green hair girl has a taser.
Ah. And besides, he likes Fina.
Fina burns people. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe-
I don't know if
maybe-
Justin is interested in pyrotechnics.
Maybe he proved me. I guess so. Probably.
What a weird thing to be into.
Yo-yo attack has a taser. What's next? She uses a baguette as a bat. Well, the other one uses a taser.
That's fine. Luckily enough, using a resurrection potion actually heals all your life and not just one.
Oh, good. Oh no. She's dead.
Even though it's one of those JRPGs that does the thing I don't like, which is like, oh, you want to use the resurrection person on a person that's already alive? It's like, no.
Okay, we're gonna waste it on them. No, wait,
Yeah,
no.
that can happen, and I hate when that
Yep.
happens because it's so stupid.
it just heals it. I'm like, no, I want to revive. Too late.
Actually, it probably doesn't even do anything. Oh, she's using yo-yo. Alright, I'm actually gonna move away from the yo-yo so that way she doesn't get stuck.
This'll put down
I thought you
one
said
shot.
Google away. I was like, what? So here's something funny I found out about the protagonist of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So you know how they don't emo and they always have that blank stare on their face no matter what the situation is? Well, according to Pokemon Master, that's not just due to them being silent protagonists in their games. Even in Masters where all the protagonists have personalities, Sun and Moon protag still have the blank stare. Just like apparently it's canon that they just zone out with a blank stare.
I love how they had to get a justification as to why the characters don't emote, which is lazy as all hell, to be honest. It's like, oh, they have a blank stare. No, you just can't give them actual personality. Stop trying to defend yourself by covering your ass on Pokemon Masters.
So they just do it normally. Best poker face ever.
No, Red is just a dick, though. Red just looks at you like, man.
He's like, you want to fight?
It's like, you want to go? You want to go, son?
You want to go, man? You want to
Let's
go?
go. Let's go. It's like, bro,
You looked at me? We fight.
It's like, bro, calm down, dude. Calm down.
No, let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight.
No, dude, I don't want to fight your level 99 Pikachu on crack.
You looked at me. You looked at me funny. We fight.
Wow, you one of those people.
Red always looks like he has. Red always looks like he's ready to fight somebody for no reason. Yeah, apparently, because he wants to be the very best.
No, that's Ash. Red does not want to be the very best. Red just wants to be the very powerful trainer who wants to beat up Mafia.
I love how Hilbert in Masters is basically a typical shonen protagonist. Namely, Hilbert is Ash.
Even though Fina died in the battle, we still won.
Does she gain experience or no?
Yeah, she still gets experience, as long as she's not dead.
Oh, good.
And
but if
now
the party's
we have...
down, then you can't gain experience.
Obviously, if you're dead, you can't really get anything. Anyway, let's see what this hit says. Low skill levels. Using weapons and spells when their skill levels are low gives additional experience points. This way, you can easily increase lagging skills. Oh, really? I didn't really realize that. Even though I don't really pay attention to that, I just keep whacking people in the head until they die.
And Rosa is basically female Rash. Who are these people? That's what I would say.
Alright, so we have 6 and 8 for water and earth. Unfortunately, I forgot to put earth on Fina, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're getting to the point where fire will become a little bit useless. Well, not useless, it'll be like at a maximum level that I don't need to use it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is good, because once it's at a certain threshold, Fina will be able to learn her most powerful technique. I'm not going to say what her most powerful technique, because that's actually a spoiler.
What do you call Fina when she uses water magic? Oh, I know where this is going, Cyber. Let me guess, Aquafina. Is that what you're gonna say? I knew it. Got the joke. That was a good one. I was like, wait a minute, that's obvious. Basically, all the black and white protests canonically have the same personality as Ash Ketchum. They're so samey. So the last one.
This is green-haired taser girl.
The most violent one.
Yeah,
She may look innocent, but she's the most violent one.
She's the dominant one. Mio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, Mio. She tases people for funsies. Alright, before we end up getting started with this shindig, I'm actually going to use Shockwave to get rid of her 2 soldier buddies, and I'm going to go ahead and pray RNG that she won't end up attacking somebody that I need. Funny enough, they have low HP now, but later down the road they'll have more when we fight them again. And when we fight all 3 of them, they... Huh?
I mean, this is the first time you fight them, so of course they have low HP.
Yeah, it's also a good thing that they don't fight together, because we'd be dead by now.
Oh yeah. Cause that'll be a wreck right there.
Yeah, because they have a triple attack. They have a chrono. Yeah, they have a chrono trigger attack.
Here goes.
All right, cool. Now we just wail on her until she dies. And this is a good chance to go ahead and level up our skills.
Yeah.
So we just keep whacking her in the face until she dies. Just like a typical video game. We gotta use Tremor to level it up a bit though.
Feel the Earth Fury!
We won't get to see any of her skills in this round, hopefully. Maybe I'll kill her by the time she gets a chance. That guy just got covered in tremors. He's fine now.
Or soldier.
He's fine.
Here goes!
I'm already dead. Why you covering me with tremors?
Wow, she got wrecked.
I know, right? Like, dang, you just pounding her. You didn't stand a
And
chance.
she's down.
Wow.
She got one hit, and that's all she needed.
You just had enough. I'm like, nope, that's it.
Yeah, we kicked ass. Who was that?
I don't know, some random person.
That was easy. And that's how you speedrun Grandia.
I guess the kinky ones were the weak ones.
Right? Magic skill level go up. When a magic skill level goes up and corresponding perimeter is raised, fire increases wit, wind ups agility, water raises match HP, and earth gives strength. Oh, I'm sorry. Earth is the one that gives strength, not fire. A character whose perimeter cannot be increased through weapon skills due to equipment constraints can be strengthened by using magic skills. Basically, if they only have, let's see, for Sue's case, her two weapons is only HP, vitality, HP, and strength, but she doesn't gain any speed, or, you know, she doesn't gain any agility or wit. If she had wind, that will allow her to gain agility because her weapons, unfortunately, does not give her any of that status buff. So,
Yeah.
I saved. Oh well, whatever. I don't think there's a boss fight here anyways. We just... Oh, wait, no, there is. We have to fight, like, gauntlets of fights.
Well, yeah, I hope you can go back and save.
No, we can't.
Oh, well.
Pshaw, we can't.
Retail sales for Nintendo games in Japan were posted at Hamasu. Ew, what's up with that?
I didn't know there was a room up there.
Well, there you go.
There you go. There's a room up there.
Mario Party Superstar sold 163,256 copies physically in Japan. Nice. That's pretty good.
Why do you sound like that?
I don't know.
You always sound like that.
Outselling Mario Parties 1 through 3 compared to their first week. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Out of our way, losers. We're stealing trains.
We're gonna Final Fantasy VII this. Choo choo, mofo, sir. Top and hat can't stop us now.
I mean, they're gonna try
This
to
literally
stop
looks like
us.
it's from 7. Well, except for the flying airship thing.
This is the Garlean airship fighter plane thing.
That's a giant fortress airship thing.
Of course, it looks like Dr. Eggman's egg.
It does.
Fleet.
It looks like the egg carrier.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Why I said egg fleet? That's a different level.
Is that a
Meanwhile,
flying submarine?
yeah, sure. I don't know. It's a ship.
It looks like a shrimp to me. It's a
Do
flying
not-
shrimp.
Do not look at the edge.
Nope, too late. I see it.
Damn.
Look at that wall. That's a nice wall.
Oh, this is a very big ass train, even though it shouldn't be this big. I love size, inconsistent size comparisons in level layouts, interiors.
I mean, like, to be fair, like, the outside of my home right now, it looks small, but once you hit the living room, it looks bigger than what it is on the outside.
I love that though, because it's like you're living in a clown car. Maybe those clown cars are actually big, and we just don't see the big picture.
Because not gonna lie, like, I mean, besides the other bedrooms looking small, like, when you go inside my home and all that, it's actually bigger on the inside. I'm like, it looks so small on the outside.
Sword and shield.
Spacious train even has a random chair. Oh yeah, you're right. There is a random chair there. What?
Yeah, it's in the wrong area. But the one that has the best post game.
I like Gen 2.
I mean, yeah, Gen 2 kind of like outbeats
Gen 2.
regardless.
I think that's a definite one right there, Gen 2. I mean, not only that's the one. I only played up to 3, so I can't say a whole lot.
Actually, wait. No, I'm gonna say Gen 3 remake. Because I do appreciate being able to recatch all the legendaries for the most part in that game. I do appreciate that. I do like the episode Z, even though it does kind of come out of nowhere for the most part. But I don't mind the episode Z in that one. I do like that. Gen 2 comes close. I'm not really a fan of OG. Of the remake. I'm sorry, I just cannot play the remake of Soul Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's fine. I just can't get into it. Not because of the slow pace of the battle systems. Just for whatever reason, I think I beat it once, and I think it was because it was during the high zone. Also, Flash. I don't know what flashes come to this game. But yeah, I can't play the remake. I don't know why. I just can't.
Timer says, tie between Gold Silver Crystal and Black and White 2.
Gen 1 remake has a pretty cool,
What's the Gen 1 remake? Is Aura's post game the one that introduces the idea of the multiverse and time travel?
I don't know. I believe what Cyber says. I don't pay attention to that. I know.
Or is that Ultra Sun?
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has that.
Ah.
Yeah, like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was the one that introduced the multi-nonsense thing, which they dumped completely after because like, ah man, this is dumb.
Aura slightly teased it. Ah. Oh, Fina.
Oh, Fina, why is your health like
Actually,
that?
that happened in the previous session. I just said, oh, Fina.
Well, that was her max HP, so it's not even that bad.
Oh, Fina.
Oh, Fina, why do you keep having the funny number? Wait, hold on. Can we really kill all these guys without really using any spells? If that's the case. Haha, leveling up time. Yeah, that would be nice because it means I won't have to worry about
waste magic.
Yeah.
Like the ring for auras was basically a teaser for Ultra Wormholes. Ultra Wormholes.
Ultra Wormholes. That sounds gross.
It does. It's funny because that's a really weird direction for the Pokemon franchise to take, but at the same time, it kind of sort of makes sense. I like how you said kind of sort of makes sense. Meaning, it doesn't make sense at the same time.
Wow, that soldier could not hit anybody because he was so confused. He was conflicted.
Alright, we won!
Yeah, we beat your asses.
They wanted to make an excuse to reboot the series. In my opinion, I do wonder how Legends will affect Gen 9. If we get Gen 9, that is. That's the same, whenever are we gonna get Mario Kart 9?
Oh. His final... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. His final move will always be there. It's just that they won't tell you what the number is until you've gotten a character's move. I kind of wish they showed... Like, I think it's like... 30 for one? Oh, these are the super soldiers. We can't beat these guys. They got 220 defense.
Darn, it's not gonna take one hit to defeat them, or two.
No, unfortunately, we gotta work.
Rats.
Yeah, rats indeed. Also, if you have a skill that's max, instacast.
Mario Kart Deluxe finally surpasses Mario Kart Wii as the best-selling game in the franchise. I did state that earlier. I'm like, Mario Kart Wii.
That says 6.
Well, I know he meant 8.
Still says 6.
But yeah, like, no, not Mario Kart Wii. I love Mario Kart Wii. So I take it Gen 8 takes place on an alternate universe apart from the other gens. I'm asking because I noticed that they don't bring up anything from any other generation whatsoever. It's something that Pokemon games typically do as for previous gens. Oh, it's in the same universe. It's just that they didn't bother connecting to other games.
How lazy.
All right.
Take that, blue soldier dude.
Ah!
What's the difference between the blue soldiers and the brown ones? Easy. They just have more
Is
health.
there
That's
actually
it.
a difference?
They just have more health. That's it.
Oh, okay. Also, 10 million left before the Switch is the best-selling Nintendo home console. Hey.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
Like the expansion adds only one sentence to connect it, with Mustard saying he got the capture stars from a professor from a faraway region, and Lola was name dropped in the expansions. That's that's legit.
Oh, what's that? I'm whacking people in the head with my pole. Bam!
You are.
Bam! Bam!
Pretty easy.
You guys even hit us once throughout the majority of this entire
It's a
endeavor.
train ride.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, you guys suck. Also, why are there items in the train?
It's an abandoned train, baby. You know, people that used to roll this train left some stuff behind.
Somebody legitimately left an officer badge, though. Like, what?
Sure. Or it could be from a dead officer.
I don't know why. Like, 1 point of defense is not gonna save your life.
If
That's
anything,
it for that segment.
If anything, Gen 8 is a weird gen for many reasons. If anything, it feels very experimental.
It is experimental. That's why the whole world place thing ends up being something that will be existing in Legends. If all goes well, who knows? Maybe they'll make another thing that's like Legends based.
Wait, glitch? What glitch? Are you talking about this game or something else?
What, you mean Justin shaking? You're talking about Justin shaking. That was supposed to. No, that's supposed
That's part
to
of
be.
the.
That was a very lazy animation of him pulling the thing off. That's
Yeah,
all
he
it
was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to pull the lever.
Yeah, it's not a glitch. Bye, losers. I've seen this in
Bye-bye.
Resident Evil 2.
Bye bye. What do you think you're doing?
Ah, this is a normal cutscene. By normal, I mean I can't progress it.
Ah. Professor from a faraway region, so I take it whatever region it is, it's probably Gen 9, because usually if it's a region from a previous gen, they'll just say what region it is. They only say something akin to a faraway region when they reference the region from a future gen.
Guys like 90s villains.
I know, they're gonna blast off, right?
No, they're just gonna keep going because this train will never stop. They're on the hype train forever.
Yep. High train for what?
Hype train to another destination.
In real life, doing that to a fire can cause the boiler to explode.
Oh, good. Then they should be dead then. We'll never see them again.
The road. The road, man. That's a nice road.
Bye. Yeah, that's a nice canyon.
That's a nice road.
Now we're back to Vaping City.
Ah, so much vaping. Don't do it, people. Bad.
Luckily enough, I think this will probably hopefully be. I think this one will be the last area with nothing but vaping. So. Also, I watched one episode of Bikini Warrior Cyber. No, she's not gonna watch it. I'm gonna just tell you that right now.
Well, I said no immediately by the title.
But I wanted to make sure to be sure that if you would watch it or not. I was right.
I know
You
the fact that
absolutely
it's
won.
in that category. I'll be like, no, of course I'm not.
But it wasn't gonna be that bad. Yeah, I saw it. It was not what I was expecting. First off, I did not see a dragon. Third off, the first few minutes of the show wasn't like, what? I'm like, wow, fan service before we even got to the damn meat of the series. Wow. This is the first episode. Back to Yu Yu Hakusho.
Back to Shonen.
Yo, he's got the vaping flute. He clears up vapes.
No, he sucked up all that vape.
He's a little kid, Sheena. He can't suck up vapes.
Who knows? He might be older than what he looks.
Yeah, it's probably like 2,100 years old or some crap in this game. Maximum HP and SP. When your magic skill levels goes up, the maximum MP is increased by 2.
What? Why do you apologize for that? He already lost his innocence already a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a good thing nobody actually does follow that other account, huh? It's a good thing nobody actually follows that one. Jeez. Y'all really don't know. Wow. Y'all don't know me at all.
I mean, of course I know you more.
You're not supposed to. Shut up.
Okay, fine. What? You were watching this anime? What?
Yeah. Yes, my innocence was gone. It's like, oh no, they're doing the typical anime thing. Look at all the booby bouncing and the booty bubbles. And they have very distinctive ways of speaking in anime.
Look at all the bazonkas.
Yeah, look at all the bazookas and the bazookas and the monsters. Ha ha, look at that. It's hilarious how they're jiggle.
And I bet Unic will love Sleepy Princess and Demon Castle.
No, because if it's anything like that show, then probably not.
I mean, all caps on love. I'm like, are you being sarcastic or... Oh, no, it's not, actually. It's a comedy. Oh, it's a comedy.
Well, if I don't laugh, then it's not a comedy.
Pretty easy.
Everyone is quick to mention the movies and specials when it comes to Ash dying, but no one talked about when he was crushed by a chandelier and him and Pikachu have their spirit removed from their body by Haunter and Ghastly. See, the series should have ended there. I'm like, well, guess Ash will never be a Pokemon Master.
Finally. Yo, they got Weed.
Also, apparently Ash fanatically died a total of 6 times.
He needs to die 2 more times to make it to Death 8, so that way he can say, I died in Season 8. Boba.
That's a bow.
Oh.
Not Boba. Bow.
No, Boba.
Bow.
Baoba.
Oh, Baoba. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't see that.
yeah. Remember,
I'm looking at the actual thing.
yeah. Remember, they shortened the thing because they can't fit all the text for whatever reason. So it's actually like, yeah.
Baobab.
Wait, what's this increase? 10 SP? Give it to. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't give it to.
You go with that theory. I'm like, oh.
Oh, it restores, not Oops. We don't need antidotes anymore because we literally have the ability.
You have something to heal poison?
Yeah, we have cure.
Ah, okay.
But I still always love how cure and heal are 2 different things in some RPGs.
Here's a clip. Well, I'm not gonna watch all of it, so. Yeah. I mean, maybe, we'll see. It's only 2 minutes.
Oh, flame burn 'em!
I wish they all didn't die, because I kind of really needed Justin to use Shockwave or whatever. And we'll have the chance of being able to level up at some point. Oh. That beat up things here. They took out.
Pretty easy.
What? How can you grab fire with the scissors? Oh, that's a derpy face. Oh. And explosion. Well then.
Here goes!
Alright. Random. Those enemies were saying what happened. Was those in me, or are they or are their faces shaped like butts? I don't know, I didn't see it. I was looking at the clip that you gave me, Sever, and I'm like, oh, well done.
See, now she can't comment on if they look like butts or not. Your fault. Now you never
Well
like
then.
they look like butts. Now you have to be envious of the mystery of if the trees look like butts or not.
That's okay, I don't need to see, you know,
Tree butts? You want to see tree butts?
No, I don't need to.
Nah, you don't want to see tree butts.
No, I don't need to.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to see tree butts.
I would like to see Tammy smoke.
You want to see Tammy smoke? Why don't you just draw Tammy smoking then, jeez. You wanna see Tammy
Oh, I could draw
smoking?
Tammy anytime.
Oh, those haze enemies have like 0 health.
Dang.
I mean, if you get killed by Sue, then you should probably rethink your stats. Usually people can
Oh
survive
man, Sue
Sue's
was the
attack.
biggest threat.
Yeah, which she's not supposed to be.
Wait, is she actually the biggest threat in your party right now?
No.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, I thought you're not trying to level up Sue too much.
No, we can level her up. We're not supposed to give her any mana eggs.
Ah, okay.
She does not get any she does not get mana egg privileges.
Never, never. She never will.
So these guys just
Feel
throw.
the Earth Fury!
Do that. Yeah, this game also has an auto battle feature.
But why would you use that?
If you want to find out that you can beat the game by just auto battling.
Sure, you're doing the one of those bet battles where you place bets.
Why the hell would you be placing a bet in a friggin' JRPG game?
I don't know. People would do that for Smash.
Yeah, that's Smash Brothers. That makes more sense. Welcome to Vaping City.
Vaping City. So I was asking, you want an anime with dragons?
Are you gonna recommend Dragon Maid Konosuba? Or whatever it's called. I don't remember what the show is called.
He said no.
Oh, well then I don't care then.
Oh, good. If you're gonna be high here, right? High here.
I wanted Dragon Maid Konosuba. I want my boba.
Yeah, Dragon goes house hunting. That's the name of the anime.
Doesn't sound like dragons to me, dude.
Oh yeah, Flip, I have heard of that. There's actually apparently an item in Animal Crossing, which is basically multiple monitors. So, and one of the screens like Discord. I'm like, are you kidding me? I actually saw that. I'm like, one of the screens actually looked like Discord. And there was another screen where it looks like you're playing Splatoon. And I'm like, huh, that's actually kind of funny. I actually do want for my for my Animal Crossing room. I'm like, I need that. I mean, I have a desk and computer and a laptop in my Animal Crossing house, but I'm like, but the multiple monitors. Even though it's more realistic for me to just have like a monitor on one side and then my laptop. Even Nintendo knows. Even Nintendo knows there are gamers out there with multiple screens. And this village is very, very spooky.
Trying to find the item shop so I can give Fina the mana egg, but I don't know if they have one here.
House one.
Ugh, what's over there? Don't have a shop.
Or Dr. Stone. I heard of the name. I don't know what it's about. I heard of the name here and there.
By the guy named Dr. Stone.
Ah.
No.
Shit. That no one uses their version of voice chat. Who? No one is not going to use the voice chat in any video game at all. It's kind of pointless. Summary of Dr. Stone, awakened into a world where humanity has been petrified. Scientific genius Senku and his brawny friend Taiju use their skills to rebuild civilization.
Oh man, I love Fullmetal Alchemist. Alright, this guy's an asshole. He wants us to go to the mountain peak so we go and prove ourselves because he's a jerk.
So it's funny you say that, Nick. Made by the same writer.
No, that explains why the plot's the same then. That explains why the plot's the same now. Come on, you guys vape so much and you guys don't even have a damn item shop. Ugh. I'm forced to just have Fina again without thing. Ugh, this is bad.
They're like, we don't need item shops, we got vaping.
You dickheads.
Again, don't do it, people.
Ugh. Whatever. I guess we're just going up the mountain, I guess. Without Fina having Earth.
Up the mountain we go.
But it's gonna be super annoying because I kind of wanted her to have Earth now, but whatever.
I want her to have Earth now.
I mean, it's a good thing she doesn't need it immediately, considering her final attack consists of just fire, so it's whatever, but I would appreciate it if she did have Earth, so I could have two people using digging and not just Justin using it.
Right.
But, beggars
What can you do?
We can't do anything because the stupid Garlean forces sent us. We can't go back to town because we're too far away. So we have to wait until we get to another town, and those guys don't care.
Oh no, he didn't say he won boba. It was like baobab seed or fruit. It was baobab fruit. Fruit.
Fruit?
I said fruit. Yes.
Fruit.
I mean, he did say boba, but it was, you know, the name of the fruit he was talking about, the baobab fruit.
Baobab.
Kaijo? Kaijo? That's Kaijo. I mean, he can't do that right now. Where's Kaijo? Oops, did I spell that wrong? I can't type because I can't use my other finger.
Okay, don't bother using magic on those assholes because they don't care for it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I looked up the synopsis of this Kaijo that you speak of, and yeah, and I'm like, oh no, that's not for me. I can see.
Anime?
I clicked out of it.
Okay.
Cyber can tell you. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I just say it's not my type of anime.
Does it have dogs and dragons with boobs?
What about Yu Yu Hakusho?
Didn't I just tell you after watching Bikini Warrior, I went literally right back to Yu Yu Hakusho? Also, I've already seen all of the episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho. Right? And I mentioned Kuwabara! You weren't even listening. I mentioned Kuwabara when we were fighting one of the Yo-Yo girls.
Yo-Yo.
I see how it is. You just thought I would just mention some other Japanese Kuwabara from some other show. I see how it is. It's all good in the hood. I'm not mad. I'm just upset.
Do you really want to know what that thing that I looked up was?
I'll look it up.
No, I already got it.
No, I'm looking it up now. I care not for what you think.
Actually, funny enough, literally what the title is Kaijo with a lot of exclamation marks on it. That's literally what it is.
Oh, that anime where they use their boobs in their. Oh no, that looks poopy. I know what that is.
Well, not like that. I don't. Well, the description of it, like I just reading like with the info about it. I'm like, and no.
And stop.
And swipe to the left.
Swipe to the left.
Let me teach you.
Yeah, I heard of that. It's basically them fighting with their hips, literally.
Yep. Yep. I'm like, oh, no. I skate and skate to the infinity.
God, you took one hit and you already like almost close to death. Jeez.
All right, we won.
Cannot take a hit.
What's this clip from, Cyber, if I may ask, before I click on it?
Is it from the Hip Warriors?
Skate. What is this skate?
Well, it's a character from a video game.
Okay, I can't watch all of this, okay? I gotta keep an eye on the chat.
Money, grass, snake, die.
I like the title of this clip. The clip is called Longa almost gets isekai twice. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
The fact he gets isekai twice is actually kind of hilarious.
Here goes.
Pretty easy, right, Puppy?
Also, I don't know why for animes, like, it doesn't matter English or dub, I like the ding sound whenever they get knocked out. It's just a typical sound that you always make. It's just a bell ringing sound. They go ding! Think Tony Hawk the anime. Tony Hawk the anime. Same with the sweat drop. Yeah. Yeah. Or better, think Tony Hawk fused with Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime. I mean, the guy with the red hair looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character, and I'm like, who is he? He looks like straight off from Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah.
Munchies.
Okay, I was kind of, in my mind, I was kind of freaking out because it was so silent. I'm like, why am I not hearing anything? Am I talking to myself? Did I disconnect? So I had to check Discord. I'm like, what's going on? Why is it so silent?
No, I'm just not saying anything. Jeez.
Okay. It was way too quiet. I'm like, I don't hear any game sound. What's going on?
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to always say something, you know. Jeez. Hey, that looks samey.
They're dressed up like this to skate in races. Yeah, he looks very villainy, alright. Like a hilarious villain.
Oh, this looks interesting. Probably doesn't mean anything. Oh, let's
Yeah,
leave.
it doesn't mean anything.
Nope.
Nope, nothing
all.
at all. Nope.
Alright, let's head back to town.
It's not our objective, so that's all good. Also to add to that, yes.
Also, we gotta kill these guys again. Ugh, I don't like the metal beetles because they're unaffected by magic. Which is kind of dumb considering the fact they're metal and they should be killed by fire.
Oh,
But
flame
whatever.
burn 'em.
Wait, that guy, he shares the same Japanese and US VA as Pegasus? Oh, that is... Okay, you're not gonna lie, when I saw the art of that, I'm like, why does he look like a Yu-Gi-Oh villain? Because he literally does. That's amazing. And I see why you call it Tony Hawk, but with Yu-Gi-Oh in it.
Hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray!
Let's gotta avoid a few of the enemies and we can go back down without any problems. But we will be getting into a scrap because, yeah.
Ha, more scraps.
Yeah, we're essentially fighting those douchebags again. Get ready.
Wait, what jerks are you talking about?
You'll see.
As we get through the forest. I love the bongos here.
I might be thinking of something else. Never mind.
I miss the bongos. Mr. Bongos.
Alright, let's show it to the chief and say, yo, bro, we got stuff, yo.
Dude, we got stuff, man.
You really brought it back to the nectar of the gods. Then I have no choice now. You all must drink some of the nectar. Once you drink, the god of light will accept you. You can just put it in a jar, your lips will
Wait, why Persona 5? Persona 5? The game that created Shibuya?
The game that created the ultimate Shibuya game because for some reasons for Shibuya people?
You know, The World Ends With You was before Persona 5. Just saying.
No.
And I'm pretty sure there were other games before that has Shibuya.
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei.
Which one?
I'll let you decide. Also, I heard 5 is actually pretty dope. So,
because Shin Megami Tensei 5 in reviews was heavily compared to Persona 5. Oh.
Which,
by the way,
like, I understand why people are comparing it, but the thing is that
they're two different series.
They're two different franchises, and they work differently amongst each other. It's like basically comparing Yu-Gi-Oh with Vanguard. That doesn't work because Vanguard plays differently to Yu-Gi-Oh. I get the comparison thing, but if you do it too much, people kind of get annoyed.
By the way, the game inspired by Persona, Shin Megami Tensei 5, got great reviews. It's because people think Persona inspired Shin Megami Tensei, while it's the other way around.
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei. Well, actually, JoJo inspired Persona to exist.
So what inspired Shin Megami Tensei?
Shin Megami Tensei inspired probably itself.
And Persona was inspired by Shin Megami Tensei. I'm assuming. Also, the new generation of gamers think Shin Megami Tensei 5 uses PS2 graphics. I'm sorry, what? Who cares about the graphics? Mind you? People gotta get the graphics thing off their heads, you know? Like, it's not about the graphics. Yeah, bongos are fun. My sister has bongos. Oh my god, I was gonna say, how does the game look terrible? Like, I don't really pay attention to the graphics, but how does that look like PS2 graphics? Like, I haven't seen too much of it. I just saw, like, a thumbnail of it. I'm like, that's not a PS2 graphic. I mean, that looks fine to me. They probably never saw a PS2 game. Sheesh.
What review was this?
I have no idea, but hey, the reviews for it was great, though, regardless. The same people complain about it, praise the GTA remasters.
Alright, whatever. Anyways, they found the forest and they're going to attack with their soldiers of destiny.
So, of course, it's IGN.
IGN?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's what I said. Of course, it's IGN that would say that.
IGN. You guys still haven't learned from your mistake by saying the review for Pokemon Gen 3 is too much water.
Too many horns.
What?
Too much water.
Too many horns and too many water.
Oh, I thought it was the instrument thing.
It is both.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time, IGN doesn't really know what they're talking about.
Well, of course they don't. They're laughable.
They're not gamers.
No, they are not gamers at all.
They're just memers.
Memers or mamers? Or mamers, or whatever you said.
Memers.
Okay.
They're not true gamers. They're just memers.
Friends. I just saw a Testament that just had friends.
Alright, we gotta stop them from taking that green statue thingy.
Ah, now it's important.
Yeah, it was always important, Gina. Yeah. Do you not care about people and their statues? What's wrong with you?
I mean, we saw the statue before. Like, yeah, totally not important.
Have respect on their names, dude. Anyways, majority of this fight is nothing but the soldiers.
So many soldiers.
Luckily enough, it's just always in 3 sets, so... Hey, if you can... Oh, no, it's the blue variants. Never mind.
Oh, you're fine. You've taken care of them in the train.
Yeah, but it means that I am forced to go back and forth and heal.
You're fine.
Am I really fine, though?
Yes.
This would be super great if Fina had Wigan right now, but she doesn't. Actually, luckily, I think this game does it. I think if you are leveling up one element, it does level up the other one. I think. Okay, that did not do a lot of damage, I thought. That guy's defending, so let's kill the guy who's attacking. There we go. Now let's beat up the guy that's defending.
Yeah, beat him up.
Level up your weapons, guys. It's the only way to live. Bam!
All right.
Boom.
We won.
Alright, cool. I just gotta do this like 500 more times. They disappear like anime character. Oh my god. They're like random encounters.
Shit. I mean, I'm kind of used to them.
Nah, it really depends on the random encounter. If your random encounter steps is like 5 steps after immediately getting out of battle, something's wrong. You basically don't know how to use random encounters at all.
There's a crossover commercial with Persona 5 and Venom. What?
Here goes.
It's not a crossover, it's an ad.
Well, crossover ad.
Yeah, it's Joker talking about the plot of the movie. It's funny.
Weird.
It is weird.
That is really weird. Also, good news. Well, for the people that I follow, Steven, obviously, they're back home, and she's doing all right.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, she says that Steven's the best nurse and made me a med schedule and making sure I stay on top of all my meds. Because he's very organized and like to keep on a schedule.
Oh my god, it does sound like me, what I will end up doing with you. Jesus.
Hi. I'm telling ya.
Ah, what you telling me?
We're unintentionally being like them.
Luckily enough, we don't have... Now that we have leveled up Venus's knife to level 10, I don't need to level it up anymore. Now I can just focus on her whip, which is her best weapon. Why did I level up the knife? Well, because now her agility is at 44, so she's essentially kind of the fastest teammate so far. Which is good, if she had digging. But she doesn't, so... that speed means absolutely nothing in the mindset of what I'm trying to do here. No, I hate Harry Potter.
I like Harry Potter. Just Harry Potter, nothing else. Not you know who that made them.
Nah, I don't like Harry Potter. What about it? What about Harry Potter and the
I
Chamber
love that
of...
Steve is the best waifu. Steven is best waifu. Do you like the concepts of wizards? I can recommend an anime with wizards.
No, I hate wizard because I hate magic spells. Magic spells are by far the most icky. Gross.
Expelliarmus.
Tackle attack. Oh, wait.
What?
But no, what anime thing you recommending us?
If it is. Anyways, Funimation made a cool anime that won many awards, which is...
Why did you have to mention that part? Why couldn't you just say the anime is called this? But did you know it also made some awards? Why you gotta mention that? You make it sound like we won't enjoy it if it doesn't win awards. No,
Journey of Galena.
I want to complain about this. Let me complain about this right now.
Never heard of that.
I never heard of it either. What is it about?
Yeah, it's wizards.
All right.
It's Harry Potter the anime.
That doesn't help me at all. You wanna know who that helps? Nobody. You wanna know who nobody is? The people who are these sergeants guys. Yeah.
It's a girl who becomes a witch and travels to various places in her world.
Sounds very anime.
This opening is lovely too.
Kinda wish I was using the axe though.
You want to chop down trees? Is that what you're thinking?
No, because every time Justin levels up with the axe, he gets 2 strength. 2 strength allows him to be able to kill enemies faster, but yeah, that's besides. Whoop! You can't win, bro. Unfortunately, I will have to keep going back and forth through the save point because I'm not playing the game in a very optimal way. So I'd rather do it like this because 1, leveling up skills would be very important. Let's see when we get to the secret dungeon. Oh lordy. Luckily enough, we don't really have a boss fight. We just have a bunch of battles here. That's all I have to say is this.
I'm looking at this opening that Sarah gave.
Yeah.
So basically, Kiki delivery service. I like how the opening includes ducks because exactly. Oh no, actually no. Kiki was flying with crows. Never mind.
So he had to put that. That's very dark moments.
Wait, is that what you said? Has dark moment?
Make it sound we won't enjoy it if it doesn't have it. Don't kill Sue, please. She's just an innocent girl. Come on, man, guys. You guys are better than this. I know you guys are sergeants and you guys got like a crap ton of HP. Jeez.
That's a nice opening. Because this is about her journey, this girl is out of order after the first episode. Well, that's kind of not organized.
Sounds like Panty Pony Dash.
What the heck is that?
That one show that I showed you with the blonde girl with the many texts.
I actually don't remember what that one is.
That's fine.
That's how old the opening singer is. Is she 17?
68.
68. I'm surprised they didn't go with the obvious number. A bit older. 21.
68. Oh, that's
Oh, 21, really? 21, hey, not bad.
Oh, that's it. Alright, we're done.
You know, the opening, the anime looks, from based on the opening, looks pretty.
And they're still in the godlight.
Hey! Give that statue back even though we don't know what it's really all about.
Yeah, that's right. Lena,
There we go.
Lean is Fina's sister.
What? Stand down. I like to think that she was just walking on air, and I'm like, lucky you didn't even jump, like you just walked on air just to get to that.
Oh, don't worry, she's fine. But Justin doesn't care.
It's on Funimation now, so y'all think I like it. But like Sakamoto is basically various tales made into episodes. Ah.
My cabbage is glowing.
My broccoli! And there it goes. Ah, you broke that. What? What was that?
If you stare closely, you'll see that she'll vanish.
I can't wait for tomorrow. New story in Xenoverse 2. Nerfbag Go-Getta versus SSJ2.
Go get her.
Yes. SSJ2. So many names. Broly versus Full Power, Jiren and Kale. No, Oh, it's Dragon Ball. Okay. I was gonna say Xenoverse.
Yo, I like Go Get Her. That's my new favorite fusion now. We are go-getter. What?
I mean, that would make sense. It'll be Gogeta because there's Vegeta. Then yeah. So we should have got it. Damn, he did get nerfed. So nerfed his name became Gogeta. I don't watch Dragon Ball, so I don't know these names.
I like Dragon Ball Z. Name one character. Go getter. Okay, that was probably my mistake.
I only know Goku, Vegeta, Chi-Chi, and apparently Gogeta, or Go-Getter, and Broly. That's all the names I know.
You don't even know Bulma? You don't know Bulma?
Oh yeah, there's Bulma and Piccolo.
Oh man, you know
And
Piccolo.
Gohan.
And you know, okay, so apparently you know more than just like the 5
I thought,
cast
yeah,
members.
actually, yeah. I'm like, okay, I just know a name. I don't know who they look like, really.
Oh man, that's a really, really good memory of somebody who only knows just a few characters.
Jiren's a plank of wood, so don't worry.
I am Jiren. I am.
Oh yeah, there's Roshi. There's a guy named Roshi. I do remember that name. Who was that?
He's the pervert.
Oh, he's the old man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the pervert. The old
Okay,
man.
look, I'm just remembering names. That doesn't mean I know who they look like or what they are.
Are you sure though? Because you seem to be very, very convinced that you remember names.
I named everyone like Yamcha. Who is Yamcha?
You know what? That's what the series said too. That's exactly what the series said too.
Isn't there a character named Krillin?
Yeah, there's a Krillin.
Okay, that's another one.
So, you sure you don't watch Dragon Ball Z? 'Cause
I
you're
don't watch-
lying right
look.
now.
I don't watch it. I just hear names here and there that people mention, and it just, for some reason, it just get in my head.
Yeah, but for some reason you said he doesn't watch it, you sure know a lot of the characters.
That's all I can think of as of right now that I hear over the internet, here and there.
Well, at least you didn't say you know what the villains are called then.
I don't remember what they're called.
Well, one
You
is
forgot
called
who Yamcha was, that's canon. I don't even know of a Yamcha, or I ever heard of that name.
Damn, dude. I feel bad for him now. Get wrecked, Yamcha.
Actually, yeah, I don't know what the villains are called.
Well. That's what the wrong way.
Like, I actually heard of it before, but I'm brain farting over it.
Good. Now that your brain farted.
And they're not Saiyans, are they?
No.
No, okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, that's not what they are. There's something else, but I totally forgot what they're called. What is he doing?
Flash warning, by the way. Even though I'm kind of too late on that.
Yeah, you were way too late on that, and I'm on a delay.
I don't know if there's flashes or not. I don't know. I can't help it. What am I supposed to say? I don't play the game that often.
Misclearing nut. Okay.
Yeah, nut.
Nut.
Happy No Nut November, guys. Woo.
There's one, but it's art related. It's the thing that no one doesn't like with the 3 letters. That starts with an N. It's like, no, that thing, November.
I just said it already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
No, not nut. No, it's an art related thing.
Oh well, I don't know what the art.
It's the abbreviation that no one doesn't like.
Oh,
Those, yeah.
the crypto thing, the Doge.
Yeah, that,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
those,
I was
and stuff.
so confused.
And I'm like, oh, that's a clever title for the November. No, those acronym November. These flashes. I thought this was a kid cartoon game. Not those kind of flashes. Also, thank you, Moffat. Thank you. And thank you, Cyber. Thank you. Yeah. We were doing the command wrong yesterday, but how? No, I literally actually did type that. I typed the exclamation mark Gavin. That's what I put. I don't know why it didn't work yesterday. No, I put exclamation mark. That's what I did yesterday. So I don't know why it worked yesterday. See, they say what happened.
Pretty easy.
Electric soda Porygon flashes. Also, you got a panacea.
No, it's called a panacea. Jeez.
Oh my gosh. They call it panacea.
No, panacea.
It's
Panacea, Sheena. Jeez. Get it right.
Panacea.
Panacea. Jeez.
Whatever.
Panacea. Oh my god.
Panacea.
So casual.
Panasonic. Funny enough, my TV is Panasonic.
Funny enough, mine's is not. Mine's a Roku TV.
Roku?
A Roku from Avatar.
Roku?
Then all your jokes. Wow, those snakes did not get me.
They
These guys
popped
were-
up out of nowhere. Rip Panasonic. Oh, but my TV's Panasonic?
Ha! He's saying your TV sucks.
No, it's still good.
Uh-huh.
It's not even my TV in the first place. My sister, but she never brought it with her.
Wait, you tell me you never got yourself a new TV at all?
No, I did. I did, but they're smaller, so I choose this one. She just never brought to bring this one. Yeah, but the company went out of business. Ah, okay. Well, I still have a Panasonic TV. Roku funny enough bought them. Wait, really? Roku bought Panasonic?
Also, this is not a lake. This is a painting.
What? Huh?
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
lake.
What are you standing on?
Water.
That is not water.
Water.
That is not water.
Water.
That's paint.
Water.
That is not water. That does not look like water.
Water.
So whenever we have into Roku GameCube.
Later.
Yeah, it looks more like sludge or some sort of paint. I'm like, that's not water.
Water.
There's no water textures on it.
Water.
You literally see a stream of water down in this forest somewhere, and that has water graphics.
Water.
That is not water.
Water. Just-
No. Yeah, I was just, sorry, that's not even water. I'm like, no, it's not. It's Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Well, someone spilled that all over the place.
What a
Water.
cinch.
Water. Harry. Water.
That'd be a different movie if that's what his last name would be. Snakes.
No, like literally in the sixth movie, like Dumbledore, like it's the very end of the sixth movie, but because they were finding the Horcrux, and Dumbledore was like, Harry,
Oh,
Water.
flame burn 'em.
and he kept saying water, water, water. But I mean, he had a reason why he was saying that, but out of context, it just sounds funny. You just hear Dumbledore saying water,
What
water,
a cinch.
water. I'm like, okay, Dumbledore. See that graphics down there, it looks like water. I don't know what that other sludge pink Mountain Dew stuff that was.
Water.
Water.
It's like water. Stop asking what it is. It's just water.
So after the depressing announcement about the Avengers being a financial flop, Square announced Spider-Man is coming on the 30th. Wait, 30th of what?
Apparently 30th on November.
Of this month?
No, December. I guess so.
Oh, November.
Wanna know what else is coming out in November?
This'll teach
Not
you.
Spider-Man. And Walker.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I know. I know. This is on PS4 and PS5 and
Pretty
PC.
easy.
Sorry, Xbox. Well, Xbox has its own games.
Xbox
They're-
has
they're-
own
they're-
Spider-Man. Actually, wait, no, they don't. 'Cause Spider-Man's
They don't.
PS.
Look, have you seen the key video with the Spider-Man thing? Do I need to bring up that?
Sad.
Oh, he's fine. He's playing Smash.
It's like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Xbox has Halo. Yeah, see, they got their own thing.
This what? Yeah, but the thing is the joke was that they actually didn't have anything until Halo was officially coming out.
Yeah.
Because all they had was just. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Nope. What about him? Oh, he's fine. He's got smash. Speaking of which, I managed to get Halo Infinite for 17 cents. Whoa, how did you? Sophia is on the ground. She is getting pulverized.
You
And
cannot
she...
survive
It was not
anything.
Speedy, but it was Stu.
Not survive anything.
Being rewards. Ah, okay. Well, nice. I redeemed them for a $65 gift card. Hey! That's awesome. Nice.
Oh, in all actuality, it doesn't even matter if Sue is down.
Sue.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because... Yeah.
Because the two important characters is Fina and Justin, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone okay?
So she can stay on the ground.
Is everyone okay? See, Susan dropped dead in the corner. I don't know why, but it reminds me of that one scene in Chain of Memories where nominated something about Riku. Repliku is just dead on the floor.
Too bad it sucks that we don't have the water spell revive yet, but yeah, we're good
Water.
soon. Yeah, we need the water.
Water. Water. Gas cloud, okay.
What, you expecting anything better of a name?
They don't even look like gas clouds, they look like some weird looking branches or snakes.
Pretty
That
easy.
die very easily in this game. So the speedrun for this game is essentially you running away from enemies for like 90% of the run. Fighting bosses with certain particular tactics and praying that RNG loves you.
Yeah.
And if RNG does not love you, then, well, there's a
Then,
done.
well, screw that.
And then you die.
What is that, a dodo? That's not the name of that. I was like, that's called a dodo?
That's a dodo.
A dodo.
Hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray, even though I died. In one of the battles.
Alright, you should be almost done. Save
Yeah.
here. Get past this area. And then we should call it end of a session.
Session?
Oh wait, is this the wall? Oh, yeah, it is.
Up, there's the wall.
Oh, I guess we will be ending the session soon. I didn't know we were
There
up
it
to the
is.
wall.
There's the wall. Yay, the wall.
We made it to the end of the world.
Can we climb it? It looks like Tetris. It's a giant Tetris wall.
Get back down there, you son of a bitch.
We're going to save here.
Is there no magic place? Come on, you guys have to have at least one stupid magic area. You guys can't be holding out on me, guys. Come on.
Good thing to have stairs.
Yeah, I know,
Which
right?
walls have stairs? Why stair? Why can't you just have an escalator?
Because that'd be really, really dumb, and there's not a soul in the planet, in Justin's world, that will be climbing that stupid wall.
But escalator land.
There it is. It's right here. Ah.
Look, I like escalators.
No, not you. I don't care what you like.
No.
Jeez.
Cyrus like blessed me. Say escalators over the devil's machine. Elevators.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like elevators. I I had to hold on to the railings, even if you're going like 1 or 2 floors.
Oh, there's her final attack right there. This is the
The
question
very
mark.
bottom
question.
one.
Yep, the one that's question mark, question mark. They won't tell you what the number is until certain events has happened. It's the same thing for Justa as well, where it's question mark, question mark, question mark. It's funny because they show you the requirements to get one of the moves, but they don't show you the requirements to get the final move.
Finally, someone who agrees with the elevator suck. Dude, like, I live in an apartment before, and lots of times the elevators are kind of sketchy. Because they look kind of dim, and I'm afraid they're gonna, like, you know, like, shut down for a bit. I'll be stuck in the elevator or something. I'm not a fan of it, especially if they're open glass. Well, not open glass, but they're you see when you're going up, and I don't like this.
I thought you were about to say open world.
No, I meant, you know, it's more so they're glass elevators, and you see what you're looking at as you're going up. And I've been to a very high elevator, and it was scary, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. What's worse is when they shake. I don't like that either. It scares me. I'm like, oh, I had to hold on to the railings. Oh yeah, tested more on Cage 2 on phone. It's running more smoother. Maybe next year or so we'll have the game portable before Square even thinks about it. Have you seen the video of the guy who got trapped in the flooding elevator? That stuff scares me. No, I don't want to. I don't look up elevator videos. No, good.
Why would you though? It's like I'm just.
Yeah, I was like, why would I?
Why would you?
I don't want to scare myself. That's like with me looking up paranormal videos back as a kid, and now I don't do that anymore because of jump scares. It was on the news. Okay.
I'm gonna save it.
Fair enough.
I don't know if there's a save point up there. So.
Yeah, you might want to just save.
Yeah, because this is the end of this session. And next session, we'll be climbing up.
Climbing the wall.
We won't be starting the Mario Party thing with you guys yet. We're gonna be having
Yeah,
one
not yet.
this coming Saturday, so look forward to that.
Yeah. So I guess we'll continue the game tomorrow?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Alright, kudos guys. Thank you for joining us for this Grandia session, and we hope you guys end up waiting for pairs. I don't like seeing despair, that's Sephiroth's thing. Yeah, I know. Anyways,
I mean,
guys,
he was trending.
you guys have yourselves a good night. Be cool, be smooth, be groovy, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Night.
Night.